Hello there, and welcome to Simple Guy Videos. I'll be bringing you honest reviews of games. Today, we'll be taking a look at Remnant from the Ashes. The footage I have was recorded from a PS5 and will contain some spoilers. Remnant from the Ashes was released on August 20th, 2019. It was developed by Gunfire Games, who you may know from Darksiders 2 and 3. This indie game was nowhere on my radar when it released, and I came across it by happenstance about a month or so after its release. It then turned out to become a bestseller and one of my personal favorite games. It is lovingly referred to as Dark Souls with guns by its fans, and for good reason. What starts as a challenging game turns into an epic third-person shooter where your character is an ultimate gunslinger with various different skills or spells at their disposal. Its procedurally generated maps means no two playthroughs are exactly the same. And to find all the items, you'll have to play it more than once. However, there is a mode to re-roll specific areas if you don't want to play the whole story again. The story of the game is very linear, but much like Dark Souls, more information and backstory can be found throughout the different worlds, hidden in notes or computer logs and item descriptions. Your character comes from a different place, in search of a way to stop the Root, a parasitic alien race. They've all but destroyed the world, with very little survivors. Your mission is to find someone who found out how to drive them back, rescue them, and save the world. The game takes you on a journey, first through a cityscape on Earth, and then beyond, fighting your way through deadly enemies and finding randomly placed gear and skills. There are bosses and mini-bosses that reward you with both skills and gear as well. The combat plays out as what you would expect from a third-person shooter, but you also have the option of using a melee weapon and skills akin to spells. There is a cover system in place that can be pretty helpful early on, and is very easy and intuitive to use. Like Dark Souls, dodge rolling and sprinting consume stamina, so you need to be attentive of that. As you progress and defeat enemies, you will gain experience to spend as trait points. Traits, which can be found in certain random encounters like gear, range from increased health and stamina to better accuracy or reload speed, and much more. The wide variety of traits lets you really customize your playstyle, and with enough time in the game, you can even max them all to become truly unstoppable. While the game can be played solo, it really shines with a team of friends. You can have two people join your world to fight alongside you, leveling and earning traits, gear, and skills. Or you can join them, or a random match-made game. Story progress made this way does not carry back to your world, but you get to keep everything you earned. There is also a survival mode added with one of the DLCs, which is a roguelike mode allowing you and your friends to start with nothing and fight your way through random areas and bosses to earn unique rewards that are account bound and accessible on all of your characters. Death in this mode means losing all of the gear you acquired during that run, but it won't affect your character's stuff in the main modes. You can also create a hardcore character, meaning death is permanent, for an extra challenge. The visuals of the game, while not the quality of a full AAA production, are still pretty good. Unfortunately, the color palette leaves a bit to be desired, with many of the areas looking very drab and monotone. That being said, it's still of a quality that is respectable. The game is clear, with the effects of skills, spells, and gunfire being easy to see and distinguish from your surroundings. Some enemies can blend in, especially in darker areas, but that depends on your TV and display settings. I like my dark to be dark and hard to see, so this was a non-issue for me. The sound of the game is on par with many big-name games. The gunshots are clear and distinct. The audio cues for enemy attacks are easy to pick out. And the ambient sounds help to immerse you in this post-apocalyptic world. Whether you're upgrading your gear or just need a break from the fighting, the soft and subtle background music in the hub area helps make it feel safe and relaxing. Remnant from the Ashes was an under-the-radar release that became a huge hit and an all-time favorite of mine. Whether playing alone or with friends, the fight to drive the route back was thrilling and challenging. The procedurally generated nature of the game helped establish its replayability and challenge, as you didn't know what kind of gear you would get in each playthrough, forcing you to try new ways to fight. The combat was fun and hectic at times, and left me wanting more and more. The devs also continued to support the game with many free updates and several paid DLCs, which, if you ask me, are worth picking up along with the game. I had the joy of watching the game evolve and become better with each passing update. If you're picking it up and playing it for the first time, then you get to see the game at its best. Gunfire Games recently announced the sequel of Remnant, slated for a summer release in 2023. And for me, it's definitely a game to keep your eye on. Thank you for coming to the channel. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll be doing more reviews soon. If you have a suggestion, please leave a comment. Stay tuned for more Simple Guy videos. Bye for now.